With the TikTok ban looming, author and former editor of Crack.com, Jason Pargin, posted a video yesterday where he asked if TikTok has actually changed your life at all. For me, the answer is absolutely yes, and it has been an incredibly positive aspect in my life for the past few years. One of the best features of that other place that a lot of us are going is starter packs. If this is indeed the end for TikTok, I thought maybe I should do some thank you packs. The first pack are the lawyers. Barrister was one of the first accounts I followed that got me into listening to lives. He and Legal Dad and the whole gang did a great job of explaining current events and politics and history and law in a way that was incredibly helpful. Legal Dad's wit is drier than the Nevada desert, and that was always fun. For a while there, following Hawk was a full-time job, what with all the accounts getting banned. But he always has something insightful to say, even if it is in a J. Alfred Prufrock stream of consciousness kind of way. Eliza Orlins has been fighting the good fight as a public defender in New York City for 15 years. Thank you for sharing your compassion and knowledge. Attorney Di has done a phenomenal job explaining court documentation to those watching her lives and her videos. She always does so in a way that is incredibly upbeat and positive. I mean, if you don't count the Hulk rants. But Mr. Trump will do that to you. Next to food, where we have to thank Andy for taking on the Sisyphean task of knocking down bogus health claims. That Midwestern mom for teaching us all of the Minnesota salads that are not really salads. Jordan for risking his life, bringing us all the recipes that we absolutely needed to know. And Dollar Tree Dinners for showing us with creativity and compassion how to stretch a dollar to feed a family. Now our subject matter experts that generously shared their knowledge with us. Renee helped with all things appliances. Mr. Global teaching us all about the oil and gas industry. Jose Monkey and Chad teaching us about internet privacy. Yes, hello. Geo teaching us all about spooky lakes. Daniela teaching us about cults. Dr. Rachel teaching us about neuroscience. And Sir Superhero giving you the background of every comic character you could possibly think of. Musicians like Anna Lapwood, who shares her love of the organ, her beautiful playing, and helped me reconnect with the memory of my grandfather, who loved to play the organ, and as a child would take me to organ concerts that at the time I did not appreciate, but now I cherish those memories. There I Ruined It, who absolutely never actually ruins a song, but always makes it better and always gives us a laugh. And Jesse Wells, whose political commentary in song continues the long tradition of protest music in this country. The comedians I found on here always made you laugh, but also always had something to say. One of my favorite comedians ever is George Carlin, and El Cordova is 100% cut from that same cloth. Her wordplay, creativity, and musicality are always a delight. Nobody does history skits better than Corey. Kira, through her alter ego Betsy, has shown us that the songs of yesteryear were not always as innocent as we might think. Dr. Flecken, Jimothy, Jonathan, and the whole gang helped to eviscerate the U.S. healthcare system. Pearlmania sacrifices his vocal cords to be our anger translator for all of the craziness that's going on in the world. Pat turned his trauma from being injured in the U.S. military into comedy and social commentary. Veronica, the baby boo, along with Dr. Jeffica Person, if that's even her real name, have helped us laugh through social commentary. Maggie's skits are always hilarious and poignant, especially when she be best. And Laura High has been making us laugh while also educating us about donor conception. For movies, Harry Marks gives brilliant intros to classic Hollywood films and also educates us about old Hollywood. Jamie's taught us tons of things we didn't know about our favorite movies. Tori has helped answer every question you could possibly imagine about The Wizard of Oz. And Megan's detailed and nuanced film reviews are always a joy to listen to. This past year taught us that we are in an entirely new media ecosystem, and V and Under the Desk News helped us navigate that new system. V's integrity and tenacity has helped bring us news that legacy media just was not going to bring us. Catherine Edwards has taught me a ton about economics and public policy, and done so in an incredibly compassionate way. Jamel Bowie is brilliant at taking current events and connecting them to historical context. And finally, the teachers. I started getting into TikTok as my career in public education was coming to an end. And Miss Fraz and Miss Redacted, through Teacher Quit Talk and their videos, helped show me that a lot of the things that I had gone through were pretty universal and that it was okay. Kathy Cannon has taught me many things, but most of all, that my lifelong hatred of Ronald Reagan is very much justified. And finally, there's the Emilys. Beth and I love to travel and love history, and the Emilys have taken us on 2 incredibly wonderful adventures. One tracing the history of the Ottoman Empire, from Vienna to Budapest to Istanbul, to going to Egypt this past summer, and headed to Peru next summer. So in answer to Jason's question, yes, TikTok has changed my life, and for the better. Of all of the social media platforms I've ever used, this has taught me more and connected me with more people than all of the others combined. It's incredibly frustrating to hear people talk about TikTok as if it's just an app where you look at silly dances. We are in desperate need of a public square. Twitter used to be that, but obviously is not anymore. Blue Sky might become that, but it's not that right now. This app definitely has issues. Anyone that's dealt with content moderation knows that. But to myself and the creators I follow, it has been a net positive. I hope the app continues. But if it doesn't, to all the creators that I've listed here, please accept my sincerest thanks for everything that you've given me.